Hello everybody. I'm going to be using my friend's microphone for this narration because it looks to be a much better microphone than the one I had yesterday. Or not yesterday, but whenever. So we'll see if this one sounds any better than the last one. The match you're about to see is an Ubers match actually between me and my friend John. And a lot of it is a bunch of things that we've never actually tested before. Ubers matches are a lot different if you make all your Pokemon by hand like we do and you don't use things like Pokesav or just emulators and such. So a lot of these Pokemon aren't quite perfect, but it makes for a lot of very interesting matches. So this here, very interesting match. I liked it a lot, he liked it a lot. He said that he might actually narrate it himself later, so we'll see if that does happen. With that, let's start the video. Alright, so start of the match. I'm going to lead with my Choice Scarf Jirachi. I found that Choice Scarf leads tend to be very good, especially if they carry something like a U-turn or a trick. So I like this, but I don't really like this matchup because I'm fearing Fire Attack. Fire Attack from Victini is not very good for Jirachi. So I send my Lugia. This is a light play dual screening Lugia with Roost and Dragon Tail. He hits with the Searing Shot, and he's going to burn me because the Searing Shot has 30% chance to burn, and obviously 30% is 100%. So I'm going to try to set up a light screen so that I can Roost back up and set up my Reflect as well, but he gets a crit with his Searing Shot and does a lot of damage with it, and then I die to burn damage, so yeah, Lugia, you did nothing except set up a light screen, which I think almost matters not at all. So not very good. I'm going to send in my Scarf Kyogre and fire off a Water Spout. He sends in his Giratina, which after Blissey is probably the best thing that could possibly take a Water Spout, except maybe for a very bulky. No, that's probably the best next thing. So he's going to Earth Power me, which I think was just. I don't think he was predicting the Jirachi. I think he just got lucky. But maybe he did predict the Jirachi, and if he did, very good job for him. But he doesn't have a lot of investment, and I don't have a lot. Well, I do, but he has a lot of investment in the defenses, and even though he can't do much to me, I can't do much to him. I'm going to try to send in my Kyogre, because I don't think Water Spout will really be that useful, considering that he has a thing to take them. So I'm going to try to get it in, and hit him with an Ice Beam, but he switches to Victini, good play for him, takes the Ice Beam, and yeah, so I can't do too much of this. I send in my Latias, because all I've seen right now is things like Searing Shot and such, but it turns out he's actually more supportive, and he carries the Taunt, and this is a Calm Minding Latias, and so I can't Calm Mind, my Light Screen goes away, I am not in a very good position at all. I'm just going to fire off a Dragon Pulse because I can. So I hit a Mewtwo with a Dragon Pulse, and this Mewtwo outspeeds almost everything on my team except for the things with Scarfs. I mean, it does have base 130 speed, so yeah. So he one-shots my bulky special defensive Latias with a Shadow Ball, which is quite impressive, but it is a Mewtwo, so yeah. He's going to send in his Giratina, I'm going to send in Jirachi, I'm going to U-turn out because he sent it for Giratina, and I send in my Rayquaza. I love this Rayquaza. This Rayquaza is fantastic. This Rayquaza has done so much for me in the past. I'm going to try to set up, but turns out he has a Kyogre of his own, and I'm pretty sure it's Choice Scarf, because otherwise I would send it in. So I need to switch out because I don't want to lose my Rayquaza this early. Turns out I was right. He goes go for Ice Beam. And now I'm going to predict the switch here, and go for a Thunder, because Thunder hits everything hard, and if he doesn't switch, then it will still hit him very hard. So I go for Thunder, it hits Giratina, it does a little bit of damage, but I get the Parahax, which matters a little bit, I guess. It does have a 30% chance to cause paralysis, so as I said before, 30% is 100%, so I guess it works on both sides. That's good. He gets the Parahax here. I'm not sure what he's going for, but I can't think of much he could go for. If he went for the Shadow Force, that would have been really good for me, because I could have set up a Swords Dance. If we went for Earth Power, then there's that. I don't remember what else he has. But I'm going to predict the Kyogre coming in now, and I go for the Earthquake and follow it up with the Extreme Speed, which nets a little bit more damage than Extreme Speed itself will deal. So I do manage to barely take out the Kyogre, so it's really useful for me, because now I'm in a good position again. I'm going to try to set up on this Ho-Oh, because that's a good shot of me being able to sweep the rest of his team, but it turns out he has Reflect and the Sacred Fire as well, and Sacred Fire burns me. So even though I am at +3 right now, I'm after this last Swords Dance, so I'm at not +3, +4, and now I'm at +6, but I'm neutral. So yeah, there's nothing I can really do. And I believe she went for Toxic the last turn. I think that was a misclick, so I feel kind of bad about that, but I don't think it really matters, because I think I would have lived with enough to hit him with an Outrage, which, look at that, that's a neutral Outrage, and this is a bulky Ho-Oh. That does a lot of damage. That is impressive. I should have just Outraged right from the start. So I send this in, and if Giratina comes in, I can Ice Beam it. If not, then I can one-shot that thing with Ice Beam. I don't really want to Surf, but I do take that with Ice Beam, and he sends a Victini, and this thing is so useless now that I really just want to keep it in here and fire off some Ice Beams while I still can. So that's what I do. So his Reflect wears off. It doesn't really matter because I really just have special attackers left, except for Jirachi. And so I hit this Victini with a Thunderbolt from my Latios. This is a Life Orb Latios with 4 attacks. But he sends in Mewtwo. I'm fearing the Shadow Ball with the Ice Beam. I think Jirachi could probably take both of them. But looking at the damage from Ice Beam, I could have taken a Shadow Ball, but it would have been very close, and I don't want to ever take it again. So I went to U-turn him, because I think U-turn would be able to kill him, but he switches off to Giratina, which is advantageous for me, because I can send him my Latios again. And I'm going to fire off a Life Orb Draco Meteor at the Giratina, or if anything else wants to come in, then they're going to not like that Draco Meteor at all. And I don't think the last thing he has, we haven't seen one of his Pokemon yet, but I don't think it's very bulky, because otherwise he probably would have sent it in earlier to take hits. Usually the last Pokemon that hasn't been revealed is some sort of sweeper. But he sends in Mewtwo. My only chance of this match is to send in my Jirachi, which could outspeed his Mewtwo and everything else he has, probably, unless it has a Choice Scarf of its own, and try to win by flinching everything to death, because there's not much else I can do at this point. He kills my Latios, and I'm able to flinch the Mewtwo, so I do take out Mewtwo. And his last Pokemon is Rayquaza. If I can get 2 flinches, I can win. So, Iron Head number 1, I get the flinch, so I'm thinking maybe I could do it 60%, you could do this. No, not quite. I'm not that lucky. So he kills me with a Thunderbolt. Turns out he is Life Orbed, so he will die to the recoil, and so he wins 0-0 against me in an Ubers match. It's a lot of fun. Video's over, so I'll stop laughing. So bye guys. Look forward to the next video.